Hi everybody, this is my lunchtime, so I couldn't wait. I can't wait. This YouTube thing is a little bit fun. I really like the interactions that's been going on with the reactors. I really appreciate the comments that I've been getting, good and bad. The views, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate Myra, and this is why I came to talk about Myra. Because Coco Mama, we all know as Modesta Lifestyle, she dropped the bomb this morning, and when she dropped it, I don't have time. It's like today I'm not gonna have time. That's why I'm doing this right now. And you are excited, you really want to respond, but you can't. And I don't even have time to do the research. But I did see some videos over the weekend, and that's what I'm gonna talk about, based on what Coco Mama just dropped this morning at like 5 a.m. That Myra is out of Ivan's house. And I'm very saddened to hear that, because I saw it coming, but I was hoping for the best. When did I see it coming? And I wanted to post it, but I didn't want to post it at the same time. I wanted to post something that says, Ivan, why are you doing this to your boy? If you notice, this weekend, Ivan posted a video of Myra sitting down, chilling and relaxing. I wanted to show the video, but as I said, I'm on lunch break, so I don't have all my equipment. I'm using my cell phone. So, to show the video, and I don't have any other working cell phones in order to show you the video. I really want to show you the video that Ivan dropped in Ivan Churs, where he posted Myra lying down on a couch in his house, relaxing and watching TV. And I felt so bad for Myra. I didn't mention it because I've been focusing on the colorism, and I wanted to post it, but I said, no, let me leave that for Coco Mama, or the others. But I noticed they haven't mentioned that, but Coco Mama did mention something very important, which is a breaking news about Myra no longer being in Ivan's house. And when did I see it happening? Coco Mama talked about a lot of things that are very, very important, by the way. But I saw it happening when Ivan Chur dropped that video. The video was not nice. It seemed not nice, and it was not nice. And I'm sure some of Myra's fans might have gone back and told Myra that this was not nice, what Ivan did, because what it was doing is Ivan was making fun of Myra. I mean, the American way. You don't say it, you don't come out and say it, you just do. It is subtle subliminal messages. That subliminal message was so powerful and mean, because you could see Myra needs the rest. He's a tourist. And he needs the rest for the time, and he's not working. So showing the video of him just lying there watching a video of his sister D, with a sheet over him. It wasn't even in his room. He was like in a common area that he was lying down. That was basically saying that Myra is lazy. So he was showing Myra as the lazy boy, and he was turning the table from the European guy, the Italian Ponte, who was once at Myra's house and was called lazy, and he was showing Myra as being lazy. And if I was able to show you the video, you will see the power of what I'm saying. So you guys can go and look for the video where Ivan was showing Myra to be lazy, and he didn't have to. So now I don't know exactly what ends up happening. I also want to post some areas. There are a few visas that are out there to help him work if he's interested. The time frame may be of matter, but me, for example, I've been waiting now for a month for the people that I am applying for. I think, and for people that I know, it's been taking them about 3 months to get response. There are student visas, there are work visas, there are H1, H2 visas. There are about 5 categories of visas that I also posted a comment in one of Myra's when Myra was talking about looking for visas. I posted a comment, at least some of the visas that are available for him to maybe I could post some of them also here in this video when I'm done. I gotta go and buy my food because I'm not gonna have time to eat. So I'm sitting in the car making a video. Let me go and buy my food and I'll continue the video on my way because I really have to post this. I wanna help. I wanna uncrucify our Jesus. We needed to crucify him because of the fact that Myra is supposed to be a role model to several black women, black girls, black women. He has his sister D, who he is being setting very bad example for. He is showing D that, you know, she is not good enough as a black woman, and she needs to whiten herself to be good, to be woman quality by either going to with the Ponte guy, and Ponte we already know was not nice to D. He kept on putting D down, and at one point I never said anything. I wasn't reacting at the time. I was just watching, and I was sort of disgusted because I'm very aware of colorism and racism. Ponte has been exposed to what the black features are, where many white people are not exposed to our black features. They really don't understand the concept of our hair. They just accept it as is. So this is the whole thing with the mulattoes and the Spanish, is that they know about our black features. So when they put us down, they are using the colorism to put us down for our features. So this is what Ponte was using against D when they were on the farm, and he was saying about, yo, my wife material. If he put some like leaves or something on her hair, saying that, oh, she needs longer hair. He was making fun of her hair. He made fun of her black features constantly, and that was a time when she was less. She was more polite at the time when Ponte used to do that. So eventually she had to dump Ponte, and in order to dump Ponte, she used the excuse of having a Filipino boyfriend, and she knew it wasn't true. It was gonna blow out. We all knew it was gonna blow out because we're all older than older than D. And one of the things you might notice is that Myra didn't even know about this Filipino boyfriend. So this is when you knew it was a lie. And I know Carol is doing such a great job at explaining the lies. Carol, girl, you are good. Because I don't even have to say anything that I observed because you really explain it so well and you do good research. So AM Carol, she, another reactor. So she did the research on D and she's doing an excellent job on it. Is it AM Carol? I believe it is she. And but anyway, D had to get rid of Ponte for his own racism, for Ponte's racism, because that's interracial. But he's using colorist aspects. And so she ran to this other non-black guy. You notice, there are a lot of young black men who might like D, but D is not seeing them. She goes to Filipino guy. And so long as they keep running, because for D and Myra, they are not in the point where it's gonna be easy for them to make those clicks, because you do see a lot of interracial couples who are making it big time because they're interracial. But for D and Myra, it's gonna be difficult because they've already established themselves as running after, trying to kiss the behinds of whites in order to be able to accomplish that. So D now goes into this fake relationship, which everybody has been talking about, from Coco Mama to Carol to Black Beauty. They all talk about those fake relationships. I think Black Beauty also talks about it. Between Black Beauty, yes, I think it is Black Beauty actually who mentioned the D thing. So I have to give her credit for that. So Myra has all these people who he needs to be a role model for, and he is not being a role model for them because he is putting everybody who puts us down. He is creating triangles, giving them our power as blacks and as black females. He has the young girl, the 18-year-old Anne. Anne doesn't look up to Myra. And in fact, her asking Myra for help was probably her sneering at his colorism, okay? So we need to help Myra in this situation because I saw it coming when it comes to Ivain. I was hoping that Ivain was actually educating him against colorism, and I also noticed when he when he went and gave the power of the black reactors to the Spanish Colombian Vanessa, and she took it, by the way. I knew she was, that's very typical. That's what happens here in the Americas. And in the Spanish community with blacks, because most Spanish, not most of them, a lot of them are mulattoes, because they were at one point from descendants of black and white mixture. Others of them happen to be descendants of black and Native American, which they call Indians, mixture. So one of the things that this generation of Spanish people are doing is, unlike like the mulatto, the Haitian mulatto, who, if a black person were to come and try to give them an aspect of you, most of the time they are very educated. They don't want to mix with the darker ones. But the Spanish ones, if they see power in it, poder, they will take it. So Vanessa took the spirit that Myra was trying to give her. But the question is, does that spirit that he is extracting from us have enough power to empower Vanessa? We don't know yet. But Vanessa is now doing her YouTube. So that's the image that she is creating, the image of the Hispanic or the non-white, non-black against us black women that is sneered by the black man. So Vanessa took it and started her YouTube channel, and as YouTube continues to nag at Modesta as if she is the evil one, the one who is violating, and then the one that Myra likes and admires is now growing. That's how they do it. That's how they take our power and they give it to the non-blacks. So I'm at the start and I'm still talking. So, but nonetheless, we don't hate Myra. We love Myra. We love him because he is helping us. As I said, he is helping us whether he likes it or not, but he is helping us. We do not want him in a bad situation. I'm sure whoever is helping him, I don't know how long, because here in the U.S., there are a lot of like little nuances when people live together in a house. It's like sometimes it's difficult to last long. And then the problem is, I suspect Ivain is Haitian, and particularly with my Haitian people, guys, it's almost like we don't live too well with each other. It's like, we will be able to tolerate certain things for maybe a week or two, and after that is, it's no more tolerance. So this is, I think, what happened with Myra. It wasn't a very good situation. Myra came up a lot of times, and again, I have snippets of videos when he came out. When he was asking us for help, he was saying that, guys, the food here is not that good. And the reason why is because Ivain does not eat healthy. Ivain eats fast food, and and he doesn't cook. I don't think Ivain cooks. And then the worst part about it, Ivain was not allowing Myra to cook. Myra doesn't cook on a regular basis, but Myra was willing to do what he could to cook so that at least he could eat healthy. But it became very difficult, the food situation. That was one of the situations that Myra had. He did not have food in Ivain's house. Okay, and if he wanted to cook his own food, he wasn't being allowed to cook his own food. How do we know that? When Myra went and bought the corn and the beans, which were cheap, because that's one of the cheapest food you could find here, and he purchased them, because beans, you could still find beans for a bag of beans that could feed the whole family for less than $1, okay, of dry beans, and then you boil them. It takes a little time to boil, and then you could cook them. So the beans and the corn he bought were actually poor people's food here, because they are very affordable. You could buy beans and corn for $2 US, okay? So but the problem was, if you notice in the house, Ivain did not want to cook the beans. Myra kept on pushing, let's cook the beans. And at some point, what ended up happening was, when the beans were finally cooked, Myra claimed that the beans were cooked by Ivain's cousin. So he didn't cook the beans. And then as far as the chapati and the ugali that he wanted to make, it looks like that was never even made. Okay, so so we can see he was not being given access to cook. But the other problem is, of course, other things might have raised is how he wanted to cook. Because remember, he did not want his food refrigerated. He wanted the food to sit out, and yeah, that's not culture in America. In America, you don't let a bean sit out for 1 or 2 days, which was what Myra was asking. So that was a clash of culture. Also, these little nuances, was the food issue, like how the food should be handled, and there are other things that would have caused this severing. I find it very sad. But there are people who might have empty places where Myra would be able to feel comfortable. The other situation that may have been one of the problems that Myra and Ivan went through is the woman situation, because it looks like for Myra, he's always looking for females to do his content with, and then I found it very strange that Myra kept on hanging out with this Colombian girl while these two black guys were sitting in the restaurant with him, and it just was an odd thing. It's like, it's like his colorism came out so. I mean, how could you not be comfortable? How could you not be uncomfortable, Myra? You are sitting with two black men, and for you to be with a white, like a Spanish woman, you're not comfortable that you should be with a black woman. And that, I think that one scene with Myra in the restaurant with the two black men and he with the Spanish woman, even though they were interchanging, but the silence of the cousin showed you the disparity in the race problem that Myra is creating. Okay, so I just have to drop this today as a quick response to what's going on, and let us all call out for help in the Maryland area. There are places in Maryland where it will be more convenient, for him to be able to live because of lack of expense, because it's less expensive. But it's gonna be too expensive for Myra to go out and rent his own place because of the inflation that's going on right now. But I think maybe maybe he has enough fan base, or that we can all send out a call for who has an empty place, that he can practice, do his thing. Hopefully an empty place with electricity, because that's the other problem. I mean, you can't just throw him anywhere, but an empty place. Like for me, for example, once upon a time, I actually did have a condo that was empty, that I could say, Myra, come down to Florida, but that's not the case anymore. I could say, who has an empty place for him to be comfortable, to buy his food and cook his food as he desire, and be able to move on. But again, the visa situation, do the research, find out the visas. Yes, they might take a couple of months, which I mean by that, which time his visa would be over, but that could be a substitution for his current visa. And America can be a better place than it is now, because it is very difficult if you are in an unstable environment. It's just a friend, not necessarily. And Ivan basically, Coco Mama hit it all this morning as far as the situation with Ivan taking over and things like that because of the housing accommodation. And Myra had to compromise a lot. He did compromise a lot. Okay, so Myra is our that's Coco Mama. You're not gonna lose your channel, because what you are doing is you are healing people with your channel. You are providing the medicine that doctors can't give. So you keep up that medicine, because if YouTube doesn't like the medicine because they want to use the American system of giving us their chemical pills, let it be. But Coco Mama, we blacks are being free because of our Jesus. We crucified him, but right now we have to take him off the cross before what is it, Good Friday? And this is the month, the Christian month, right? So this month of April, we're not going to let our black Jesus die, but he shall rise in glory. He shall rise in glory as we all black women become free from his display of colorism. Take care. Bye-bye.